व्हाट्सएप में भेजेगा पिक्चर?
हाँ आया है।
आया आया आया। शेयर करता है इधर में ग्रुप में।
ग्रुप में आया है ना? हाँ इधर है जूम पे बराबर।
शेयर हियर। ओके
Yes, Dr. Sandeep, this.
Yes, give the
Say-
same.
Yes, this is the 6 years old. Name is Master Adam, and you please examine his abdominal examination. Okay.
Give me 2 minutes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'll start.
Yes.
So timing, who is keeping time? You only keep, Dr. J.
Timing, huh?
Okay. +3. Okay. Okay. After entering the room, I will greet the examiner, also greet the parents. Meanwhile, I'll gel my hands and I'll ask for the permission. Oh, hello, can I examine your child? Also, I'll say, hi, Adam, how are you?
Yes, he's communicating.
Okay.
He's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will have a first look around the surroundings. I will see for the dysmorphic features apart from the here like doll-like face. Apart from that, I can see any dysmorphic features like any eye abnormality or any facial features, particularly any ear abnormality. Then I will check for the dimensions. Whether it's a short stature, what is the height and weight for the age?
Yes, stunted growth. He is small for his age.
Okay, and then I will check for any distress, whether child is in distress, and I'll check for any devices in the surroundings, any growth charts, term pot, or any IV line, food supplements, anything in the surroundings. Okay, then I will check for the hands of the child. In the hand, I will check for the pallor, clubbing, onychia, erythema, multiple cannulation mark, scars, anything there?
Yes, as you can see in this picture, there is an scar on this right side.
No, hands I'm asking. Hands.
Hand, there is no any scar. Hand, there is no any scar.
Hand, any pallors, clubbing?
No. Mild pallor is there.
Then I'll check, just quickly check for the pulse of the child.
Yes, pulse is it is 90 per minute.
Okay. Then I'll check for the uh, on the head. I'll check any frontal bossing, maxillary hyperplasia, nothing is there. Then I'll check for
Yeah.
the perioral pigmentation, any gum hypertrophy, oral ulcers, macroglacia, anything there?
Microglacia is microglacia is there. No
Okay.
oral any other ulceration.
Okay. Then I'll check
Mhm.
neck for any swelling.
Mhm. There is no any neck swelling.
Okay. Then I'll quickly check on the chest, any abnormality, gynecomastia, spider nevi. Then I'll go on the go for the examination of abdomen. I'll just quickly inspect the abdomen for there is gross
Mhm.
distension. I will look for any visible pulsations, lumps.
There no pulsation,
Okay.
no pigmentation.
Okay. Any scar apart from this? Any scar of surgery?
There is no any
Other
surgery.
scar. Okay. Then any dilated veins can be seen, like caput medusae.
No, there no any evidence of capillary
Okay.
medicine.
Then I will ask whether child is sore anywhere. Like, do you have any pain in your tummy? If the child says yes, then I'll start from the area which is non-painful, or I'll start from the right iliac fossa. I'll just quickly palpate do the superficial palpation and
Okay.
to see any guarding rigidity, and then I'll go for the palpation of the liver. I'll start from the right
Okay.
iliac fossa and go upwards.
Mhm.
Liver palpable.
Yes, liver is palpable. It is 7 centimeters, hugely
Okay.
enlarged.
Then
Mhm.
I'll palpate for the spleen. I'll again start from the how is the surface,
Yes,
age, and consistency of the liver.
yes. Surface is smooth, but this consistency, it is this hard consistency. Rather,
Okay.
consistency is the form.
Huh?
Smooth surface,
Hmm.
smooth face, and
Age,
consistent form. Yes,
age,
age also age
rounded.
is yes,
Then non-tender, right?
yes, non-tender. It is
Then
non-tender.
I'll go for the palpation of the spleen, and I'll start from the right iliac fossa again and move towards the spleen. Is the spleen palpable?
It is not palpable. Skin is not
Okay.
palpable.
Then I'll try to palpate the kidneys by manual by balloting method. Put one hand behind and one hand on the front and try to palpate the kidney. Any kidney palpable?
They are they are mildly enlarged.
Okay. And any other swelling apart from this liver and mild enlargement of kidney?
There is no any other swelling.
Okay. Then I'll quickly check for this fluid thrill by asking the
Mhm.
child to put her hand in the center, and I'll check for the fluid thrill to check the ascites.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
if
Negative. Fluid cell is negative. Yeah.
is there any fluid thrill?
No, it is negative.
Okay.
Fluid.
Then I will take the permission for percussion, and I
Mhm.
will start percussing for the upper border of liver. I'll start from the second intercostal space, and I'll go
Mhm.
down, and I'll go percussing down where I'll feel the dull note. And again, I'll ask the child to take a deep breath and see whether the dull note is shifting down, so that confirm the upper border of liver. Okay. Then
Okay.
uh, so span of the liver. Okay. Then I will check for the back of the child to see any
Mhm.
scars, and I'll check for the sacral edema. Then I'll check on the legs to check
Mhm.
any pedal edema.
They
Okay.
all are negative. Back is also normal. There is no any evidence of pedal edema.
Okay. Do you have time?
Mhm. Yes. Now it is time. You please the
Okay.
summarize.
So today I have examined 6-year-old child Adam,
Mhm.
who appears short for his age. However, I'd like to put plot him on appropriate growth charts. He's not in
Mhm.
distress.
Mhm.
There is no pallor or clubbing. On general examination, I noticed there is a macroglassia. Also, child's face appears puffy and prominent cheeks. Uh, on abdominal examination, there is a scar in the right hypochondriac region. However, I could not
Okay.
see it properly, but there is a scar in the right hypochondriac region. On palpation, liver is palpable 7 centimeter below the costal margin, which is firm with smooth firm consistency with rounded edge and smooth surface. Kidneys are mildly enlarged, and there is no ascites, and there are no signs of chronic liver failure noticed.
Okay. What is your
So in order
differential
to
diagnosis?
complete my examination, I would like to plot the child on the appropriate growth chart, to examine the perineal area and hernial sites.
Okay. What
So
is your
considering the short growth, considering the stunted child and massive hepatomegaly in absence of the splenomegaly, I would like to put my first differential as a storage disorder. Most
okay?
probably it's Gaucher's disease. Uh, Also, additionally, could be glycogen storage disorders and mucopolysaccharidosis.
Okay. So suppose if it is this glycogen storage disease, then how would you differentiate and how would you manage? How would you help the child? If suppose if it is glycogen storage disease.
Okay, that actually in glycogen storage disorders, child usually presents with the hypoglycemic episodes. I will take detailed history, and if the history is suggestive of this glycogen storage disorder, then their investigation to confirm the diagnosis will be enzyme assay. And if the child is diagnosed to have a glycogen storage disorders disease, then the main treatment is like to prevent the hypoglycemic episodes, like frequent daytime meals and during night. Long acting carbohydrate like corn starch meal is advisable, maybe through the nasogastric tube. Also, like the children have tendency for the bleeding, and there can be formation of the gallstone. We have to monitor for that. Growth has to be monitored. Dietitian has to be involved. And there is a therapy for type 1. Enzyme replacement therapy can be offered for the type 1 glycogen storage disorders.
Which one is the common glycogen
Commonest is
storage?
type 1, von Gerkes, glucose 6 phosphatase
Mm-hmm.
deficiency.
Okay. And how would you differentiate between 1 and 3?
1 and
Type 3, that
type
is
3.
Cory's. Yes.
Cory's. I don't know.
Okay. And why, apart from this hypoglycemia, what other problems you would anticipate if it is glycogen storage type 1? What other problem
Apart
would?
from that, there can be hyperuricemia,
Yes.
bleeding disorders,
Mm-hmm.
the growth delay, convulsions.
Okay. And what other investigations you would carry out for apart from this
Apart,
biochem? But
apart,
yes,
apart from enzyme assay, liver
you told yes,
biopsy, huh?
yes, yes.
Liver biopsy, lipid profile, uric acid level, and
Okay.
serum
What would
liver function test.
okay? What would you would expect in the liver function test?
Liver function test, there can be elevated bilirubin level and elevated transaminase level.
Okay. And what advice you would offer to the parents? Red
I
flag
would
or
like to tell parents to avoid prolonged fasting, and I would like to tell them, I would like to also to ensure nightly long acting cornstarch meal, and I would like to educate them regarding the identification of the hypoglycemic episodes.
Very good.
And the child needs to wear a bracelet always.
Mhm. So what is the rationale of cornstarch?
Actually, cornstarch is that is metabolized very slowly in the gut, so that there will be constant absorption of the glucose, like prolonged absorption of the glucose is ensured, so that the blood glucose level does not fall in case the meal is prolonged, because the digestion is slow and absorption of the glucose is ensured like over a prolonged period.
What long-term complication you would expect?
Hello?
Yes, what long-term complication you
From
would
this
expect?
cornstarch or
Yes,
glycogen storage? Huh?
glycogen. Yes, glycogen storage disease.
There can be liver cirrhosis,
Yes.
and osteoporosis can be there. Then
Mhm.
because of hyperuricemia, there can be gout
Mhm.
and portal
Okay.
hypertension, cirrhosis, portal hypertension.
Okay, doctor,
Okay,
you done.
thank you. Actually,
Yes.
did not
You
read much of glycogen storage, so did not read much.
even then you did well.
Okay, thank you.
अरे
ये
मतलब पूरा ये हिस्ट्री की तरह ले लिया डॉक्टर जयप्रकाश
नहीं,
You
ये
are,
बात थैलीसीमिया इस पे ये देखते हैं सिकिल वगैरह, मैंने इंटेंशनली थोड़ा मैंने कहा ये अपना सबका
Right.
ब्रेन स्टॉर्म जाए इसके लिए
हाँ,
that is-
हाँ, right,
This
right.
was good actually.
It is good actually. It is good. Like sometimes we
Very nice.
need to ask, so the topic also get covered. It was nice. It was nice.
Sorry, the time purposefully,
No,
intentionally.
no, no. Good.
That's good. That's good.
I
We
gave
all are
Viva
here
for a
are
very
just-
long period. But see, like it's very, very difficult to remember things when the questions were asked.
Yes, yes.
Like we know that some of the things are there, but it's difficult to recollect at that time. Reading theory and presenting the case is really two different ends.
True.
You are right, Dr. Sandeep. I had once role player or once prepare the case, then he goes and candidate again. It is like this extempore or this all of a sudden we just allot the topic. So as I also prepared, so in this also case there are certain like this theoretically I would add. And once we perform the examination, also we miss like in this as far the examination is concerned. Also, you I think asked for this eye examination. You initially went.
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay, because in this especially maybe we may see sometime this xanthomas and due also cutaneous rashes or bruises may be there. So and apart from that also other things you did, and I think you mentioned, but auscultation, I think you skipped auscultation.
Yeah.
However, it was not significant, but just as a part of
Percussion and
exam.
auscultation are not much significant, but still we should mention.
That was just right.
We have to mention, right?
You forgot or time was finished?
No, I forgot to mention auscultation.
Okay, okay.
And other thing is, I specifically asked what is the part this type 3 that is called this 1 and 3. Difference is that this will not respond to this glucagon, this hypoglycemia in case of this one. And second is there, if we will give this IV glucose, then there will be lactic acidosis in case of 1, and in case of 3, type 3, there will be lactic acidosis. And part of this the type 3, it is more involved also the skeletal muscles. So in that the cardiac complication will we anticipate cardiomyopathies and all that. And in case of this type 1, we would not accept expect this cardiomyopathy because it is not muscle involvement. It is mainly this visceral, liver, and also this kidney.
Type 3 is Cory's, na?
Yes, type 3 is the Coris. And second thing is
debranching.
Yes, in 3 that is the debranching, and in the fourth that is myocardial or Anderson, that is branching, and that in which that deteriorates fast. Hepatic cirrhosis or this liver is also the under this extrovert, it is enlarged, and the liver cirrhosis, the common it is develops very fast.
Okay.
And other thing is most importantly in this type 1 or this glycogen this storage disease, especially for differentiation, we should keep in mind when I told this lactic acidosis or it will refractory to the glucagon. And this secondary thing is that I think it will not response to. I also there are significant things that I want to mention.
Okay.
And another is this immediate one complication, this acidosis also. You saw there will be this lactic acidosis, so sometimes we may require this soda bicarbonate. Okay. And you may need some IV glucose NG tube and all this. You mentioned this corn storage, and I asked storage starch because, and specifically वो पंकज वाली बात का examiner खुश हो जाएगा, तो raw corn storage, that is not corn,
uncooked corn starch,
that is more better.
Right.
So, and that is to be in the gut, and that is to be degraded by this pancreatic enzyme, and that converts into the glucose.
Right. Mainly what I read, like digestion is slow, so the absorption of the glucose will be over a long period of time, and which avoids hypoglycemia. What I remember in the book. Okay.
Hello.
So, Hiren, anything to add?
And we should also tell the to avoid this potato, rice, high carbon index like this fruit, juice. Also, we have to tell the parent.
Okay. Why? But
why you will stop? I mean, not advise potato.
Because I think this potato and this juice, that is again this glucose again, that it will be converted into this glycogen. No? That again it will not be degraded. No?
There must be some logic. I don't know, but I have not come across this. We need to. I think we need to read from a book.
I had one child diagnosed. I diagnosed like coincidentally came for UTI fever and gastroenteritis with the huge hepatomegaly and all. There was some jaundice also. It was when we did the workup, turned out to be type 6 kind of glycogen storage disease. Was sent to genetic and a hepatologist.
Yeah. So what is this scar, Dr. J?
Yeah, the liver biopsy scar. I also about to ask. I didn't ask again. It is liver biopsy.
Okay, I thought any enzyme
yes,
replacement is directly given in the liver also, because I don't know whether it is.
And Dr. Sandeep, one more thing. This, yes, I just now recalled. However, in the presence of this huge hepatomegaly, all the LFT will be with normal limit. Okay, we will find it will not elevated. Enzymes will not be bilirubin and all that will be normal.
Okay.
Yes.
Unless there is liver affection or chronic like fibrosis like that, because I think this patient, if it's neglected, end up with like a portal hypertension due to liver cirrhosis, isn't it?
But in this, it is in the late maybe, but there is in this especially case there is no any stegomata, any liver disease or in this glycogen. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, any storage disease affect the liver could be end up with liver cirrhosis. So you will find at the end stage you will find the liver shrunken rather than it's huge or hepatomegaly or there is hepatomegaly, and the signs of increased increased portal pressure this is the end of the story if it's neglected and not managed early.
Mhm.
Yeah. I have one question because I have a doubt. When you examine the abdomen, okay, and while you are doing percussion of the abdomen, if you didn't find a node or a dullness on your node, you will do transmitted thrill and shifting dullness. Because if there is no a change in the node, you don't have to do this transmitted thrill, because transmitted thrill and shifting dullness for moderate to severe ascites.
Actually, here, no, like abdominal distension are very significant. So I thought there can
Yeah,
be
yeah. So could be a gaseous distension, cause could be due to organomegaly.
yeah. But like we cannot be sure. Shall we do for the fluid or no? Like how should we go about with such a huge distension?
Yeah,
Like whether we
yeah.
should
If
do
you
shifting
are
dullness
examining
fluid
the
free or
abdomen,
no?
if you're examining the abdomen and you didn't find a change in the node from hyperresonance to
Hmm.
dullness, it means that there is no water inside, no ascites. So
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to make a transmitted thrill or shifting dullness. I think this is my opinion. I don't know. I'm not sure. But in my routine examination, I do like that.
Mm-hmm.
You agree with me or?
Yeah, right. If there is no flank dullness, then there is no point in doing for shifting dullness, and even no point in doing fluid thrill also.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Right, correct. So we other two people are not joined who were supposed to be candidate or role
I
player.
sent one picture of a glycogen storage disease child in the group. Can you see the rounded doll-like faces?
You just sent.
I just sent.
Yeah, also for the doll-like faces, is it acceptable in the exam? Because it isn't acceptable to just describe a patient or a human being with like an animal or something like a doll. I hear that, but you can just describe that it's a chubby face like that, or a chubby
Yes.
face.
Yes, you can say like a chubby face, or I mean, better not to say
Yes,
like
full.
doll-like faces.
Okay.
Anyway, this child has had a different story, so let's not mix with here. His findings were there were some different. Let's move to the other
Yeah,
case.
actually, Hiren, you
Mm.
were role player was Dr. Tahir, and
Hmm.
Tamannarat's candidate was role player was Maila. So I think you can take Dr. Maila's case. Like you be a candidate and she will be role player. Will rejoin again.
Okay, fine, fine,
If the people
fine.
are not there, so like one candidate, one role player is there. Take each other's case. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.